Yes, bring it on. Christmas carols in the car, we can hear in the background there. Let's speak with Kate Hardcastle, because you are a retail consultant. You spot these sort of trends in different behaviour when it comes to shopping. Good morning. How are you feeling about sitting on that polar bear at the beginning of September?
Very festive, very festive. I mean, really in retail, we start planning for Christmas right back in January. Yeah. So it's a kind of all-year phenomenon for us.
And have you seen consumers, are there implications that they're changing their behaviour this year because of COVID, because of this pent-up desire to have a bit of fun?
I think there's a desire. We're very emotional, we're emotional shoppers, and people want to go and find something positive to celebrate. So we're certainly seeing items pop up sooner than normally would in stores and online.
Research indicates that even baby boomers, so some of the older generation, have increased the amount that they use their mobile phone, for example. Are we going to see an even greater shift to online, do you think?
This is going to be the biggest Christmas for online shopping ever, for two reasons. One, the growth was there anyway, but the absolute size of growth and the speed of growth we've seen since lockdown is doubled up. So this is going to be a huge Christmas online, but quite challenging still for the retail market, particularly, I think, the middle market.
So the middle market, what we're predicting in some ways is people who've done okay over COVID, they'll have a lot to spend because they won't have spent that much, but then as the end of furlough kicks in, the recession kicks in, there'll be people who have lost virtually everything. So what do we think we'll see the trends at either end of the economy?
Yeah, and people do stretch up to luxury, and they also look for best value, and it's that squeezing of the vanilla-y middle market. What does it stand for? How can you justify the price? I mean, when we think about it, Christmas has been, we've been buying more experiences a lot more than we've been buying material goods, and we've certainly seen that hanging on till we get discount periods for Christmas. Last year, particularly, people even moved their spending right through to January because they wanted to get the best deal. Maybe we're going to get some emotion back in Christmas, more emotion this time, so that might see people buy and spend more emotionally. And if you can't buy those experiences, if you can't do the Christmas grotto or the works Christmas do, will you spend that money instead on things, gifts for people, or will you try and retain it because you're worried about income and spend?
So unpredictable, isn't it?
Really
I very much consider myself to be in that vanilla middle market, Kate. And when it comes to advertising, how do you think that will change? Will that be a bit more emotional this year, do you think?
Oh, huge. You know, the advertising market is worth billions, and you normally start planning your Christmas adverts in July because you know what Christmas looks like. This is a unique Christmas. There'll never be another Christmas like this, I hope. And I think we've got to make sure that these businesses, these brands, get the right messaging. How do they know what people are going to be doing November, December? So they're going to be holding off in terms of their messaging, but also that messaging's got to connect. It's got to be about the emotion of Christmas rather than being too pushy with sales messages.
And finally, Kate, the government on this big push now to get people back onto the high street, back into the offices, is it going to work, or is there no way back now?
I think it's like eat out to help out. It's got to be more than just the safety messages. We've got to remind people why it's important to use those places, and there's got to be a justifiable reason for their budget, as well as the fact that you just want people in the cities and towns.
OK, many thanks, Kate Hardcastle. It's going to be really interesting, isn't it, whatever happens? I mean, the magic is there regardless of your budget, isn't it? It's just the way that people spend.